Yamhill County is known for its fine wine, but it could also be known for its fine art. The first 2 weekends in October, during the Art Harvest Studio Tour, artists in Yamhill County open their studios to the public. Corby Stonebraker-Soles is a glass artist in Newburgh. She was a tour artist in 2010. Look for her again in 2012. She does amazing things with glass.
I have a degree in journalism and photojournalism, so I've been doing photography all these years. And glass was another way for me to take my imagery into another medium. And I really love the vibrancy that you get into glass. It's called fused glass. Fused glass is warm glass as opposed to hot glass where you would blow a piece. You have what they call a glory hole or an oven, and you use powdered glasses, and you're actually able to sculpt glass more. Fused glass is layering of glass. So you're layering glass up, and from there you can do a lot of different things with it. You can comb it and move it, which is what this is. You can build it up higher and higher and layer images into it, then open the kiln while it's still hot and take a tool and comb through the glass. I started this piece with a silk screen. So this is a real photograph that was taken. And then I took it into the darkroom and used the process to put it and created my own silk screen. I took that silk screen and this and actually put the layers into glass and then fused, this is a glass enamel, and fused this into the glass. You want to sandwich that image into another piece of glass. In order to create this piece that I'm just going to give you an example of, I would take 2 pieces of glass. I would take that little edge off there. And I would take my image and put the ink side down on top. Then what we would do is take this piece and put it in the kiln. I want to do another layer underneath it, which is a relief. This is called kiln carving. And here you see, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, how I've carved into the glass. And that pattern shows through the glass. So we're going to do that on this piece as well. And what you would do is cut your image, draw your image onto a piece, and this is a silicate product, so this is a fiber. You can see how that kiln paper has carved in to the glass. Then you would take a mold and you would put your kiln carved piece on top of the mold, just like that. I'll turn it around so you can see how it's flat against the mold. And then you would fire it again, and all these firings are done at different temperatures. You would fire it again, and the result would be your dish. And then you can see in the finish where you've actually can see the carved piece behind it. These are actually painted with a ceramic enamel. So it comes, I use a ceramic enamel to paint with that, and it's a process that's actually in a tube, so the paint comes out in a long sort of string, and it's very difficult to work with. So I learned to work really quickly and with sharp movements in order to sort of lay down the stream, big heavy stream of a glazed enamel in order to get a more painterly effect. That actually is silk screen, so these are photographs that are silk screened onto glass. And that's a combing, where I've taken the kiln up to 1700 degrees, waited till the glass has turned to liquid, then used a big tool, and you dress up so that, asbestos all over. And I'm actually stirring the glass. Frit is actually glass that's been ground down to very fine powder. And it melts. It's ground glass, so it can be used in many ways. And my newer work is done with imageries, with photographs that are then turned into prints, and then I actually ink the photocopy paper and apply it to glass, add powdered frit on top of the ink, and then I'll use patterns in the glass from frit, and then I can layer images and layer colors onto a piece to provide depth into a piece, much like done with this piece. glass. The thing I love about fused glass is that historically it's very old. They've been melting and blowing glass forever in Europe, and creating those gorgeous painted stained glass pieces and beautiful chandeliers. But what is intriguing about glass today is that all of these beautiful contemporary glass workers, artists, are coming out of Pilchuck and Bullseye and many of the Australian schools of glass art. And they're bringing a whole new line of youthful enthusiasm and talent and thought and new processes into the glass. And also what's happening is painters and other people from other mediums are moving into glass and taking and transposing their big, huge, beautiful paintings into glass now. And so many of them have crossed mediums, and this crossing and sharing is what has brought to us this, new techniques and new ways of layering and using glass in a more painterly fashion and printing onto glass. And to me, this is really exciting because it pulls my photography and imagery into the glass more than the old school of glass did. My work, besides Art Harvest, which I try and do at least every other year, if not more, my work is at Argyle Gallery, and it's at the new Arts Element Gallery. And you can see it only if you're in the rooms at the Allison Inn and Resort. It's in the suites, the master suites. There's 7 suites with my wall art, and I've done a series of tiles, large 10 by 10 tiles, in sort of a more painterly fashion that are in their rooms as well.